Okay, the purpose of this video is to show how to put on Talet and Tefilin according to the Sephardic custom. There's a lot of Sephardic customs, so this is just one of them. I suggest you watch the video first 1 or 2 times, and then go along with it when you play it the next time. Practice it along with the video and press the pause button if you need to catch up. So for the Talet, I suggest first of all a Talet that has the groove so that it doesn't fall off. It keeps it from slipping off your shoulders. You're going to grab the Talet on from the opposite end of the collar. Let me show you. This is the collar, right? This is the writing on the outside of the collar, or the design, depending what you have. That's going to face outside, and you're going to grab the opposite end of the Talet. This is where the collar is not. This is the other side, okay? And you're going to roll it up. Okay, and you're going to say the blessing. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Kedeshanu B'mitzvotav V'tzivanu Le'itatef V'tzitzi. Then you're going to place it over your head. Okay. You can wrap it around your head quickly. If that's too complicated, you could just put it down on your shoulder. That's okay. Okay. Then to maintain it on your shoulders, you take the front 2 tefillin. You take your right arm all the way over, and take your left arm all the way over, and that should maintain the Talet on all the time. If it keeps slipping off, then maybe you should purchase in the Judaica store. They have these little chains or connectors for you to keep it on. But usually this does the job. Next, Tefilin. So you're going to take out the Tefilin shel yad, the one for the hand, which is usually the one with a little knot sticking out, and it should say it, but mine is already rubbed out from many years, so you should be able to recognize it anyway. You take it off, unwind it. I'll show you how to wind these, but this is what it should look like when it's wound. Okay, but there's really no set rule on how to wrap these up. You take it out of the box. You could maintain the little protector box over it or not. I choose not to, but some people like to keep it on. Okay, then you're going to roll up your sleeve. You can keep your watch on. I'll explain why in a few minutes, but you are allowed to keep your watch on. So you're going to take you're going to face the tefillin where the strap, where you put your arm through, is on the closer side. You see how it is here, right? So this side should be closer to you, and the knot should be facing down, right? Here's the knot. If you can see that, it should be facing down, right? So you shouldn't be doing it this way with the knot facing up, or the knot facing down and the strap on the other side. The strap should be closer to you. You put it on over up to your bicep. I have very small tefillin. I recommend buying very small, medium to small tefillin. The large ones become more difficult to navigate. And then you put the tefillin slightly tilted towards your heart. Notice how I'm holding this constantly, so this isn't slipping down, right? I have a habit of constantly holding this tight. Okay. The key here is this knot should be the tightest to prevent everything from slipping down. Okay. So here at this point, I'm holding this, I make the beracha. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Kiddushanu B'mitzvotav V'tzivanu Lehaniach Tefilin. These berachot, by the way, are in the Siddur, and then I make the first tie, which is like a letter V. Okay, now everything after this, you just fulfilled the mitzvah of putting on tefillin, shalyat anyway, by making this knot. So everything after is custom. That's why it's okay to keep the watch on, because everything afterwards, if you do 7 wraps or 5 wraps or 2 wraps, whatever it is, it's all custom. That you fulfilled your obligation, the oraita, with the first knot. Okay, and I'm going to wrap it around. The way I do it is like 7.5. I'll explain that in a minute. You should make sure to make these close, right? Let me see. Okay. And they should be wound tight. Okay, I count 2, 4, 6, 8, which is really 7, and that half one over here. Okay. Then, when you get up to here, what do you do with it? You have to stop. So you put it in between, in the center of your hand, and you hold it there. Okay. But you hold it, and you're going to use these 2 fingers to handle the shell rosh and this hand, right? But this has to stay tight, or else it's going to get loose and it's going to fall off. Okay. Now, here's the shell rosh, right? The head tefillin. Unwind it. Okay. It has a knot in the back, which is shaped like a yod sometimes. Okay, and this is the shell rosh. You should not dangle it. You should not dangle it, but I know it's hard. So now I'm going to tilt this back a little bit. I'm going to put on the shell rosh. By the way, you should not be talking after the beracha of the tefillin, the first tefillin, or else you'd have to say a beracha on the shell rosh. I'm not going to say because I'm talking for instructional purposes, so that's okay. But the beracha would be Asher Kiddushanu B'mitzvotav V'tzivanu Al Mitzvat Tefilin, on the mitzvah putting on tefillin. So you have these on the same plane. You're going to take, you see these 2 straps? They're going to go on each side of your head. That's important, okay? Each side of your head, the straps, you're holding the knot in one hand and the shel rosh on the other one, and you're placing it over. If you have to take off your kippah while you're doing this, that's okay, as long as you put it back on afterwards, right? And the knot should be in the back of your head where there's a bone, and the front of your the shel rosh should be where your hairline begins, or should begin, as in my case. Okay, and if it needs to be adjusted, you need to adjust it. If you don't know how to adjust it, maybe I'll make another video on how to adjust it, or you could take it to a Judaica store or somebody that you know that knows how to adjust the tefillin. The next thing, while you are still standing, okay, you put on your tefillin shel yad. You still have this on your hand. You put on the shel rosh. Now you have to finish the procedure over here, and you're going to wrap it around your finger 3 times, right? There's 3 pesukim that we say. Verastich li leolam, it's in the Siddur. Verastich li leolam, verastich li betzet mishpat u'brachamim, verastich li be'emunah ve'edat et Adonai. Right? You wrap it around from top to bottom. Again, there's no set rules here. All this is based on tradition, on mysticism, on Kabbalah, whatever. So now you wrapped it around the 3 fingers, the 3 times around the middle finger. This is important because you may mess it up. Should be parallel to the other strap. You're going to bring it around your wrist, and then the final wrapping around the palm. This is the final wrapping here. and you tuck it in. Okay, if you find that this is too long, right, you can cut it. You are allowed to cut it. Just if you're bar mitzvah age, maybe you're going to get older, so maybe you shouldn't cut it right away or not cut it as much. When you do cut it to a point like this so that it's easy to tuck in when you're putting it back together again. And there you have it. Today you have tefillin that they're both sides black, but it doesn't have to be. And that's it. This video is for specifically for my student Jacob Edery, but anybody out there in YouTube land can obviously watch it and benefit from it. And if you have any questions, let me know, and maybe I'll make some follow-up videos on how to take them off and other stuff. So long.